Salutations, fellow spirits. Nicole here, your intuitive astrologer. If you would like to book a session with me, you can go to spirittherapy.us, and I am offering a summer solstice coupon for new clients. You can use the coupon Solstice20 for $20 off of an hour reading with me. So that's what we're here to talk about, the summer solstice and the changeover into Cancer season. So we began, in a sense, in Aries in March, April. And now, how have you come through this period? What have you done? What is your priority? What has changed? What is no longer serving you that you have let go of or are beginning to let go of? And what have you begun to build or have found some momentum in building since March? Because that's really how things are different, right? Because we start with Aries, it's a new bursting forward, it's really the astrological new year. Then we go into Taurus, Sun, and we start to see what we can implement with the desires that we've initiated. And then so far, lately we've been in Gemini, which is all about, okay, I've got a lot of thoughts about what I want, what I'm doing, how it's going, what I like, what I don't like, people, no people, self-talk. And now we're going into Cancer, and Cancer is water and home and my internal emotional state and status, and how do I feel about all these things and other people, right? What are we doing to nurture other people, to connect with other people? Are we finding our emotional connection with others? And then summer solstice, the highest point that the sun can get. It's the longest day in the northern hemisphere. It's the longest day of the year. And it's the most yang energy that we can achieve. So that's why we look back at the beginning of Aries and see what we've come to. So what have you learned? What has changed? These are good journal prompts, or you can answer it in your head right now. Go. So, very Gemini. So, Cancer, Yang, and then we're going into summer, Leo, enjoyment, play, socializing, relaxing, the beach. And then Virgo, we start to really work the details and get ready for fall. So how do we feel right now in this Cancer season? And we have, at the end of June, all kinds of energy changes in the planets. So I don't want to get ahead of myself, but this is the progression we're going in. So Cancer, a very interesting sign. It's a cardinal sign. It is, so cardinal signs initiate seasons and things. They want to begin to take what the fixed and the mutables have solidified and disrupted and changed, and now it wants to start something new. So, and Cancer is also about protection, nurturing self, my feelings, how I feel at home, what my sense of security is, and how I bring that feeling to other people. So here we are, right? This is this feeling of, okay, taking stock of where I've come to. So let's go into the changeover of the signs. Mercury is now in Cancer. Hold on. Okay. Mercury is now in Cancer and will retrograde in Cancer on June 30th. So Mercury, our planet of communication and thinking, has some reviewing to do in its Cancerian way of expressing itself and thinking. So that's another video. Jupiter is in Cancer for its yearly journey, and it will move into Leo June 30th. Boom. So if you have Jupiter in Leo yourself, you're having a Jupiter returns, and Leo is about the roar and the fantasticness, the enthusiasm, the play, basically being fabulous. So we are all going to have a year of Jupiter in that wonderful energy of Leo. Then the Sun is going into Cancer, and Mars is moving from Taurus into Gemini June 29th. So that's a lot of changeover. And now Chiron is in Taurus until September before it really starts its 7-year journey in Taurus next April 27th. So this is a changeover period. And we have, if you're watching this near the summer solstice, we have about 10 days before all of this happens. So it's really a good time to take stock of what we started in the spring, and why did we start something new in the spring? Because we saw what happened in the winter and the year or years before, and we decided to make some changes. And that's this energy of 2026. It's assessing where we are. We've already made some changes, and now we're refining. So we're reorienting ourselves towards who we want to be, the balance of self-worth, acknowledging and including the others that are around us, our loved ones, the general public, and seeing how we can build this balance in our nervous system so that we can ride this summer energy, which is about play. We need to have relaxation, vacation, and rejuvenation so that we have enough stamina for fall and winter. So how do we balance that fun with what we're building? I mean, most of us can't just stop for 3 months, right? And probably don't want to. So, so how do we balance the work and the play? and it begins with summer solstice. And then it comes to Chiron and Taurus. It's perfect how it's all lining up. Chiron and Taurus, and you can watch my video on it, is about self-worth, how comfortable I am, and where's my security, and what am I doing to build and a foundation of survival, and take that survival into enjoyment of living. I think that's really the Taurus energy, right? It's simple, it's fundamental, it wants its needs to be taken care of so that it can go up the Maslow's hierarchy, the pyramid of consciousness, and not just survive, but thrive and enjoy. So we have this very interesting energy happening, and because after once July comes and July 4th, we're having that air and fire energy come again with Leo and Jupiter and Mars going into Gemini. It's like, okay, I want to do all of this. I want to have fun. I want to start a business. I want to, take this trip with my kids, and I want to, right? So, and the thinking, the communicating is going to be really big when it comes to Mars in Gemini. So, of course, I'm in Philly. I don't know if you can hear it because now I have my fancy microphone, but the people have started with their, there we go. Okay. I don't know if you heard that. But anyway, and if you haven't watched the other videos, you have no idea what I'm talking about. So all this energy shift is about reorienting ourselves to what really matters to us. What are our priorities and how do we balance that within our nervous system? And I think we're all becoming better multitaskers. With all of this confusion and fogginess in the head that we had in the beginning of the year, now we're starting to really see what we want. It's like in the Northern Hemisphere, the sun has come out and we're like, okay, I want to do this. And this I see as my priority, and this is what I value, and this is what I'm going for. And this self-worth that comes up with the Chiron in Taurus, it goes along with that. It's like, okay, what do I want to do with my life, and what is really going to matter to me, on my deathbed, because we're all going to have one, right? So I think this 2026 and these energy changes is about finding how to balance and move forward with the nervous system intact and learning to be happy, enjoying the moments, whether we're working or we're playing, and moving forward in that way. And that's really growth, isn't it? I mean, that's what we're here to do. And with the multitasking, I mean, some of us are naturally good at that, and some of us have had to really work on that and see how to do that. But I think that's this building up, if we're taking care of our body, we're doing our spiritual work to the best of our ability, and moving forward with the mind, not getting too overwhelmed with too many thoughts or stresses. This is the balance that we're looking for. And this is a perfect thing to have an astrology reading about, because you can see, where is this Jupiter Leo going to affect my chart? And where is Gemini in my chart? And what is Mars doing? What is my Mars doing with this Mars going from Taurus into Gemini? And we can really look with the solstices. It starts a 6-month cycle. So what course do we want to plot for the next 6 months until we get to the winter solstice? And then it'll be a different story. So in conclusion, for real, priorities, right? Fundamental shifting of orientation towards what we really want. Whether it's social, because that's going to come up, whether it's how we express ourselves, our self-worth, and how we nurture ourselves and others. That's what this summer solstice season is about. And the light starts to wane, and if you're into such things, the Holly King starts to take over. So we have this shift of energy into what we really want. What are the priorities of life that we can build fundamental structures for now in order to build further come 27, 28 and beyond, because we're really in a changeover that they're giving me this feeling, my spirits guides, of real excitement. Like, the astrology for July is just chock full, and it hasn't happened for thousands of years. So it's really a turning point and a starting point. That was me. But they're giving me this feeling of extreme excitement. And I think a lot of things are going to change. Let's see what else they have to say. Be self-oriented. Self-worth deserves your attention. Wherever you are in life, love begins to show itself in action, in love for and with the other, and a new energy comes into our body, which will both ground us and connect us with spirit in ways that we haven't felt before. So to be ready for this, the nervous system is one of the most important things one can focus on. And being joyful, finding joy in the smallest of things, doing a small exercise with your foot or your ankle, and feeling the joy of personally moving yourself through this soup of life and earth. So that's my message for you today. Happy solstice. Thanks for tuning in with me. If you're interested in self-care products, go to spirittherapyselfcare.com and tune in for more updates with me and my guides. Thanks for listening. Much love.